Welcome back to my channel. This photo is inspiration for today's video, so if you're interested in seeing me create this, then just keep on watching. My version is not as big as the mirrors in the picture, and these are looking a little rough because I'm reusing these from a previous project. I will be using pearl wrap to cover the sides, which you probably won't see this line, but I'm going to cover it anyway. So now I'm taking my blue painter's tape and I'm covering the perimeter of my mirrors. These mirrors are from the Dollar Tree, but I will list all items down below in the description box. So now I'm using black acrylic paint and my foam brush to cover the edges of my mirrors. I noticed the paint wasn't taking too well on the sides of my mirrors, so once this dries a little bit, I'm going to add more coats as needed. I added about 4 coats of paint, and even though it didn't take too well, as long as the majority of it is black, then that's okay. For this next step, I'll be using this pearl wrap that I purchased from Dollar Tree. For the 2 bigger mirrors, I'm gluing 4 rows of the pearl wrap along the sides. Since I'm not putting glue along the entire sides, I'm making sure I pull the pearl wrap so the sides can be as tight as possible so it do not be loose. I'm completing the same steps for my smaller mirror, and I'm just removing the excess strings, and instead of using 4 rows of the pearl wrap, I'll be using 5 rows. Now that all 3 of my mirrors are completed with the pearl wrap, I'm moving this one to the side and I'm going to glue this wood block in between these mirrors, and it's okay that the sides are not covered because they will not be showing. I'm basically gluing the wood block to where the pearl wrap starts and ends. I'm adding extra glue to the front and the back. Now I'm gluing the smaller mirror right in the center. I'm adding extra glue to secure my mirrors, and I'm also going to add this popsicle stick to make sure that it's sturdy. I'll be using some of these gemstone stickers to glam up the front perimeter of my mirrors, and these are self-adhesive, but if you're going to recreate this, then you can use a little bit of glue so your stickers can last over time. And as I always mention, if you're going to recreate any of my projects, I suggest using a stronger adhesive so your projects can last over time. So now I'll be using these straws that I purchased from Amazon, and I'm also going to be using this ruler that I purchased from Dollar Tree. So these straws are about 25 centimeters long, so I'll be cutting them in half at about 12.5 centimeters. It wasn't a perfect cut, so I just got to cut off what little bit was left and then keep repeating the same exact steps. I cut 6 of these straws at 12.5 centimeters. I'm using my silver Sharpie to mark exactly where to cut my straws. So I just marked that straw at about 11.5 centimeters, and this next one will be at 10.5 centimeters, and then the next one will be at 9.5, and so on until I get down to about 6.5. If you are following along, then your straws should look like a stairway. Now all I'm doing is cutting all my straws exactly where I marked them. Be sure to place your straws down in order so when you get ready to glue them down, they will give off that stairway effect. So I have 9 pieces in total, ranging from 12.5 centimeters all the way down to 6.5 centimeters. Now I'm going to take each piece and cut 12 pieces. So I'm going to cut 12 pieces for the 12.5 centimeters, and then I'm going to cut 12 pieces for the 11.5 centimeters, and so on. So here are all my straws in order, ranging from 6.5 centimeters all the way to 12.5 centimeters. Now for the 12.5 centimeter straws, I'm only using 6 of those, and I'm just gluing one of those straws to each side of my mirrors. Now I'm taking 4 11.5 centimeter straws, and I'm going to glue 2 on each side of the 12.5 centimeter straw. I will be completing the same exact steps for all the sides. I'm just working on these 2 sides for now. Now I'm gluing the 10.5 centimeter straws down, and then the 9.5, and so on. I went a little too heavy on the glue, but that's okay. I'll show y'all what I did to cover that up. So I'm basically just going to be repeating those same exact steps on the other sides. So now that my 2 bigger mirrors are completed, I'm going to work on the middle mirror, and I'm just going to glue the straws down exactly how I did the other ones. I will suggest if you are going to recreate this, then you might want to glue these straws on before you glue the smaller mirror down, since it is elevated and the straws were tipping, so I had to hold them in place until the glue dried. I noticed once I glued these middle straws down, it was easier for me to glue the other straws down. If you are wondering, I am gluing these straws down to the center of this mirror, while the other straws on the bigger mirrors are glued down to the bottom. For this very last step, I'm covering up this glue with those same gemstone stickers. I thought about doing some type of pattern at first, and then later changed my mind to just covering the whole area, which you all will see in the final reveal. I'm very pleased with how this week's project turned out. Let me know down in the comments if you would recreate this, and please like and share. And if you're curious to see what else I can create, hit that subscribe button and turn on your notifications so you don't miss my next video.